Yasin Betty Mali, Saso Figa Gada, Baby Unga Hambi.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Nothing But Football podcast. Regular services resumed. We had different hosts. Nobody said hindsight is 2020 even once. Yeah. Like terrible form. Nah, I'm playing. You guys did amazing. So I'm Lucas. I'm here. I'm joined by my fellow co-hosts and my nearest and dearest friends. Closest to me, I've got Uncle Potion. Oh, Mr. Potion even.
Yes.
If you're nice.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hope you guys had a good week. Mm-hmm. Same thing, I guess. Let's catch up on the football.
All good, all good. And then to my further left, I've got the man, the myth, Uncle Curtis.
How you guys doing? It was a great weekend. Spent my time busy steaming my face, being my bad bitch self, you know.
Yeah, man.
All right, so here we go, and we're another week down, guys. We're getting closer and closer to the end of the season.
Yeah, I know.
Manchester City taking another Premier League title. I don't like it, but it's the lesser of two evils,
dude.
Yeah, so City's just on full steam. What can you say?
So let's get into it, right? We'll get into the fixtures, but I sort of just want to give us a run through of the top of the table. So Man City's top of the table, 7 points ahead of United with a game in hand, right? United now level on points with Leicester, 6 points ahead of Liverpool, funny enough. And then Chelsea in fifth, a point behind Leicester, a point behind Liverpool with a game in hand, and title chasing Tottenham are pretty much out of it right now. Can we say that now?
Yeah.
Can Chris flourish?
Yes.
Away. So let's get into the fixtures. Let's get into how we got here. Right. And I think let's start at the big one of the weekend. Probably not the big one in terms of the title race, right? But the big one of the weekend, Manchester City versus Spurs. Did that result surprise any of us? 3-0 Manchester City against Spurs.
I'll start. No, it didn't surprise me. Mourinho going against City at home. Yeah, something's bound to go wrong.
Yeah.
So I understand, Kane did come back into the squad, but he's still coming out from an injury. Yeah. So your main man is essentially not there. Yeah. And didn't expect much from Son.
Yeah.
And then I think in that game, Gundogan scored twice. Yeah, Gundogan scored twice.
I think that man's up to 11 goals, something like that. That was
still on amazing form. I don't know what's going on. He's on a purple patch. He must just enjoy it, because this is not common for a guy like Gundogan. But if you look at it, man, it was a City domination. Something you would have expected walking in from this. Tottenham's been, I'm not sure of the facts. I think in the last 7 games, they'd lost in the last 7 games, they'd lost 6 times.
Yeah.
Yes.
They
I
haven't
think
been
there was
doing
a
that
draw
wrong.
at some point there.
But they dropped to 8th.
Yes. So they've essentially been...
One place above who?
One place above Arsenal.
No. Let's not bring that up yet. This was pre this game, so I'm painting the picture now. We're painting the picture. Tottenham, I think, might have been either 7th or 8th going into this weekend. No, they were 8th, because Everton was still 7th, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. After that game, it's 4 losses in the last 5.
Yes. Yeah. So they were in deep gag. So didn't expect much from Mourinho. I didn't expect a revelation performance. Yeah.
Uncle Curtis, Mourinho actually picked only one holding midfielder. He picked what looked like an attacking side in that game.
It's probably due to injuries. I need to get on to Potion's bit. Man called that 3-0 prediction to the T. I want some good money, Potion, if you give me that tip ahead of time. But it's one holding midfielder, but Mourinho's always going to play negative football, especially away from home. He's getting found out now. 4 out of 5 losses. For a Spurs team, that's quite terrible. I know I don't like them, but 4 out of 5 losses, yeah, that's terrible form. And he needs to figure out what he needs to do because the team is over-reliant on Son and Kane.
100%.
And even when you look at that team, if Son and Kane get injured or if Kane moves along like what everybody's thinking is going to happen and he goes to Man City, it's going to happen then to Spurs. Who's the new striker they're going to get? They don't have a good track record.
If Kane leaves, you mean?
Yeah, if Kane leaves, they don't have a good track record of buying good strikers. Most of the strikers actually end up coming from their youth team or something like that. So I worry for Spurs next season.
Yeah.
It only looks like it's going to go downhill. And they were closing the gap, they said. But Arsenal won 3 trophies in that time and moved on with life. So what the Spurs achieved during this purple patch of their good form?
Yeah.
Zilch. Nothing. Nada.
But the strongest question is hindsight 2020 a player?
You've been driving this thing, eh? Hey, you've been waiting to say this.
Look, but in my perspective, it was guys, Ruben Diaz didn't even play. Aymeric Laporte came back in.
Yeah. That's scary.
Right?
If you look at it, that's very
Gabriel
scary.
Jesus up front still. Right? Oh, not still. Well, he's maybe just back in. But this is no Ruben Diaz. This is no Kevin De Bruyne. This is no Sergio Aguero.
You know
This
what?
is
Funny
15, 16 wins. How many are they at now? Wins in a row?
It was 14
tell
with
you the
Liverpool.
truth,
Liverpool.
I'd go as far as to say that I think City are even playing better without De Bruyne.
It's possible. It's possible.
King Playmaker, they called him, huh?
Yeah, the Gundogan has stepped into De Bruyne.
Gundogan's doing the king playmaker things now.
He stepped into his role and he is killing it. I think, I don't know. I keep seeing these stats, but I think De Bruyne hasn't won a Player of the Month in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Yes, so Ilkay Gundogan just won it right now.
Yeah, definitely deserves it.
Yeah, no, he deserves
Definitely
it.
deserves it, yeah.
That just, I'm not saying that's a telling stat, but essentially, you've never done it, and then when I step into your shoes, I go and win it. Big statement.
Uncle Curtis, now that result, like we said at the start, sends City 7 points clear with the game in hand, with games running out of the table. Do you see them being caught at this point?
No, I don't. But what I need to happen is they need to go into extra time into a couple of these games so these players can all get tired. So one of them can get injured so City can lose a game.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Pep is going to make this look like a joke of a league now.
Yeah. Look, Champions League is back around the corner.
It's back, but I want them to go to extra time. I want them to run raggedy because they are going to play in the Premier League. I think their game in hand, they're going to play it this week against Everton on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Yeah.
So that's another game before they play Arsenal, before they play the Premier League.
Yeah.
They have to get tired somewhere. I don't see them losing to Everton. At worst, I think they get a draw. And if they get a draw, if they win, that's going to be like 17 games on the trot of the season. Oh, it's going to be insane stats. Still don't like Pep football. It's quite boring. It's quite predictable to me, but you can't argue with results. And there are people who do find it entertaining. I just like, you do, but I just like the unpredictability of players. This is why I love players like Ronaldinho. Who cares about KDB?
But, Mr. Potion, 15 games to go for City. Anyone that wants to knock them off has to get 10 more points at least than them. Do you see City being caught at this point? There's a lot more games. Obviously, Champions League is back. This in the FA Cup and that. Do you see them possibly faltering at this stage?
I think we've watched this movie before, plenty of times. City at this point in time is going to just run ragged. They've done this time and time again. This is when they start to put in their performances. This is when they start having those telling games. I don't think anyone will catch them. It will have to be an injury that changes something. If maybe a Ruben Diaz gets injured, I think that might just change everything. Yeah. Because I don't know how Laporte and Stones can go together. They've done it before. It wasn't traditionally a good pairing. Hence why one of them got dropped, i.e. Stones. I think all that's going to happen now is City's just going to keep going. Yeah. In all other competitions, that's a different question to ask. But I see City taking this league.
All right. So let's go into, obviously City is one of the favorites at the start of the season, right? The other favorite, the defending champion, Liverpool, right? Liverpool was 1-0 up until like the 75th minute or something like that against Leicester.
Yeah.
That game ended 3-1 to Leicester. Right. So Uncle Curtis, what does it say to Liverpool and what does it say to Leicester, who we maybe don't speak about enough?
What does it say to Liverpool? Klopp's high press game. He either has to get new players or change the way he plays. And it's quite telling now because those players can't keep up with what he's trying to do. Yes, the injury did happen. Yes, they moved two of their best midfielders into central defense.
Yeah.
But you can see they're not pressing as much intensity anymore. And that's why you also have to give Pep credit because his players are looking fresh because he found a way to still attack the way he attacks, but not put too much emphasis on pressing. Understanding what we're going through with the pandemic, that you are going to go through a lot of games. And that's what Liverpool are struggling with. They can't catch a break. And it'll maybe take one result to go there when they might go on a winning run after that because it's winning is infectious, but it's losing after losing. It's 3 games in a row at Anfield lost.
Yeah.
Long unbeaten runs in spectacular fashion.
You've been waiting to say that, haven't you?
Mr. Potion, I think like Uncle Curtis has said, and we've definitely said over the course of this thing, Liverpool and their injuries.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's Van Dijk, one of the world's best defenders, out. Joe Gomez, a very good defender, out. But then it's also Henderson and Fabinho, well, not in this game, but it's Henderson and Fabinho taken out of midfield. So that's a lot of changes into the team. I think you see the new signing, Kabak, come in and make a terrible mistake after, well, I don't know if it's him or if it's Alisson.
It's Alisson.
It's
Alisson.
Last
Alisson
week.
didn't call.
No.
to get the ball.
You know what I think? I think it's a combination of things. It's a combination of Alisson not knowing who to trust in that, in his back row, essentially. Because, you're used to being able to pass to a Van Dijk, to a Matip who know how to control the game.
Yeah.
So now you have to pass to Kabak who's just come from bottom place Schalke.
Yeah.
Yes, Sharp, he's a decent talent. But at the end of the day, he's been struggling this season.
Yeah.
And then pair him up with Henderson, who's not a seasoned centre back.
Yeah.
I think that becomes a problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can blame Alisson for the lack of confidence, but I think it's just the change in situation.
Yeah.
Being used to certain things. Now you pass to someone and they could potentially mess it up.
Yeah. Let me start this question at you because I think a lot of people are waiting on this for Mr. Curtis. But Salah scored again, right? The front three has the front three really been questioned in this time because Salah's still doing well. He's still the top scorer in the league. The front three hasn't really had injuries or been out or that. How much are we putting to them, or are we giving them a pass this season? Firmino, Mane, Salah.
I'm going to give them a pass because even last season when you watched Liverpool play, yes, the front three were the most deadly attacking trio, right, for Liverpool in the league. But at the same time, when you watch Liverpool play, you saw that they have a bunch of average players in midfield doing all the running. Who's doing all the running in midfield? I can't think of anybody that does.
Player of the year, Jordan Henderson. He's big miss right now. He was doing the running.
Player of the year by English privilege. He didn't deserve it in my opinion, my humble opinion, but he does make a difference in that midfield. Klopp found a way to make average players look good. And that's
Fair
the
enough.
best way I can say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I look at that game and I look at the midfield and you see the substitutes, that tells you a telling story of the tail of the game. Because you see that Wijnaldum, who was in the midfield, Milner, who was also in the midfield, and Curtis Jones all got substituted.
Yeah.
So that kind of paints a picture that Klopp was not happy with the midfield.
Yeah.
So, yes, sharp. I'll give them that. Milner got injured in the first 17 minutes. But clearly, it seems as though
it's not the title-winning midfield. The title-winning midfield was Fabinho, Henderson, and Wijnaldum.
And I think they're also missing Keita this season. They tend to win with Keita in the team. So that makes a difference for that team as well.
So you think right now that Keita would be the difference in the situation when they have no centre backs?
Creativity wise, I think so. I think he'll start putting more balls through for Mane and Salah. I still think Mane is very selfish, but he's scoring goals, so I can't argue.
Salah.
Salah. He's very selfish, but he's scoring the goals, so I can't argue that. But I still feel that Liverpool don't put away enough chances because of Salah, because he keeps on taking shots he shouldn't. Same criticism I used to have of Harry Kane back in the day, but he scores them. He scores them, cool. When you lose him, it's glaring when you make those misses. When you win him, nobody cares.
Okay. So just quick question on that, right? Because Harry Kane now has assists too. Tottenham's league position isn't changing. So when Salah adds the assists to make him look like an all-round player, look, he'll have better players next to him. Obviously, we're not doubting Mane and Firmino. But do you think that sort of change would change anything in Salah's game, in the rest of the team, how he plugs into the team?
You know what? I'm actually thinking right now, we're spending too much time talking about Liverpool. Can we please look at how Leicester came back and turned the game around? Because as much as we can talk about the Mane and Salah saga, I feel as though those guys actually scored the goal. They were in the lead.
100%. And that result takes them joint second.
Yes.
Well, third on goal difference or whatever, but level on points.
Essentially. I feel like right now we're talking about Liverpool all the time, and we're taking away from a brilliant performance from Leicester. Yeah. We did not expect this, because I think I even remember I was watching the game somewhere. I literally went out. It was 1-1, and then I came back 5 minutes later, and it was like 3-3.
Yeah.
So that's 3-1. Sorry. So that shows you that let's not take credits away from those guys.
Yeah, they're strong. Again, last season's top scorer was Jamie Vardy. Wilfred Ndidi, the Leicester falling apart last season, because remember Leicester was in the top 4, then fell out. Coincided with Wilfred Ndidi's injury. So I think definitely very good performance by Leicester, who've been having a good season. James Justin just fell out, but I mean, he's been such a good player. Sayuncu actually just came back in.
Yes, I think James Justin is injured. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. If you look at that, James Justin has been putting in some great performances out of his regular position of right back. He's been playing left back most of the time. Yeah. So that's
But you guys generally feel that Leicester put in a solid performance in that game and it wasn't Liverpool mistakes?
Yes.
I don't think they put a solid performance.
Yes, because I think Leicester had quite a few good opportunities before Liverpool even scored. Yeah,
I was going to say there was a penalty that was overturned. Penalty overturned. That's where the first goal came from, Madison free kick.
Even the Vardy chances that I saw being taken, they were from... It was a chance, but not an easy chance. Liverpool basically dominated that game up until they made those mistakes. It's basically a Thiago trip on the edge of the box, penalty converted to what you call this thing, free kick, brilliant free kick by Madison. All right. And then what happens after that is Alisson does what he does and doesn't tell his defender leave the ball alone. I got this. And the ball comes off, whatever that Stuttgart or whatever guy is.
Kabak.
So
he only had one training session.
You see? And then the third goal is another mistake. It's 3 individual errors that basically cost Liverpool in that game.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say it was a Did Leicester force the mistakes? Maybe. But Liverpool dominated that game. They should have put that game away. And it's one of those things that's where I look at it with Salah. I don't remember if he took ridiculous shots in that game, but that point I'm talking towards, that sometimes pass, you go 2-0 up. You go 2-0 up, it's a different game. When they come 2-1 down, it gives you time to stabilize. But as soon as they equalize, it's a different ball game there.
Fair enough. Look, let's go into the team that Leicester has joined second with. Man United went away to West Bromwich Albion and the game ended up in a 1-1 draw. I'll start there. Look, this game, United fans will tell you about referees and all of that. I think we speak about referees the whole season, so I won't even put it to that.
You think referees were the problem in that game?
No, I think United should have won that game, but their goal shouldn't have stood.
Why?
Because the guy holds Lindelof's face. Like, if that's not a foul, I don't see. But that's also a goal in the second minute. So I won't put it to that decision, although it's a terrible decision. But
Debatable.
eh? Debatable as per the decision. You think it's the right decision?
I don't think it's right. I think it's just borderline.
Yeah, I was going to say, no, actually I agree with you. If consistency wise of VAR, if that's the consistency that they're setting for the weekend, then I guess you could argue that, your defender was impeded.
Yeah.
But in the same breath, can you argue that the ref didn't keep the same consistency in the game?
Yes.
Eh?
Yes.
So you're saying he let...
Yes. He didn't call Maguire's penalty. It should have been a penalty for Maguire.
Wasn't he offside though?
Hey? The foul you're only offside when you try to play the ball. So the foul would actually supersede the offside in that scenario.
Really?
Yeah, it's a stupid thing, but that's how the rules work. You're offside when you play the ball. So hence, if I'm standing offside and they pass the ball to you and you score, your goal stands because I didn't play the ball or interfere with play. But if they foul me, the foul comes before the...
It's
a stupid rule.
So are you saying...
But it's the rule, so it should have happened.
So essentially, it's another week of refereeing. That's
No, I won't even put it to their shame because that goal happens in the 92nd minute, and this is second bottom West Brom. So I'm not even going to cover up what United should have done with
every other top team.
with the referee.
Basically 4-0.
Hey,
every other top team basically gave them hands and gave them 4-0. So I get what you're saying.
100%.
So I was also going to say, let's not act like your superhero Maguire did not almost give away a second goal in that game.
Perhaps.
Yes.
And also poor finishing from West Brom as well.
Hey,
from the striker, poor finishing. There was a couple of chances, like when there was a loose pass.
A couple is like 2.
Doesn't matter. Spurs get 2 chances and win 2-0.
Fair enough.
So they should have put those chances away.
Yeah, flip man.
A great goal by Bruno Fernandes, though, guys.
Yeah,
at least to the positives. I think United didn't perform great in this game, but Bruno Fernandes still continues on a very good season.
But I feel as though your real savior came out and showed you his value, that he's probably the most valuable player in the league right now. If Bruno. I can say that. Bruno, yes. I'll give United fans that Bruno has come week in and week out and has saved Man United to a point where you realize that
a lot of the second position is down to Bruno.
Yeah, you realize he hides the problems. But this week you just couldn't hide the problems because he didn't have his trusted man in midfield, Paul Pogba.
100%.
Yes, he was fighting wars with Fred.
And Uncle Curtis, we saw another, I don't even know how to describe it, but another low-key performance from Anthony Martial. Obviously got a lot of flack on online racial abuse, as you black players always tend to get, but we don't even have to go there.
Yeah.
But just from a performance point of view, this is now telling up for Anthony Martial. In my opinion, that is a spate of performances that aren't that great. Maybe just to him specifically, and then just your thoughts on United.
Martial needs to leave that club. He's never hit it off at that club. Just move on. He might hit a purple patch if he even leaves England.
You think he's good enough too?
I think he's good enough. He's a quality player. When Monaco sold him to him, they believed he would win a Ballon d'Or. So that quality didn't disappear. He just needs a change of scenery. I felt he shouldn't have ever went to Man United in the first place. I didn't see the point of him joining at that specific moment in time. How do I put this? Man United's performance. It's typical Man United performance all season. There was a stat.
Top scorers in the league.
Top scorers in the league. Okay, cool. But at the same time, you have lost more games to the bottom half teams than lost to the top half teams.
Yeah. So, and of the top half, we have the worst defensive record.
So even when we look at it from, let me say, a neutral point of view, it's basically a mid-table team performing well against top teams and then losing against other mid-table teams.
And ending up in second.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
You're ending up second when other teams are having midlife crisis, bro. So, as much as you'd like to look at it and think that this is a reflection of your team ending up second when players are having midlife crisis, you're still quite far up. I think, if I'm correct, we might be closer to you guys than you guys are to City.
Possibly.
Yes.
I don't know.
100 points even.
I don't know. I think there's a decent gap we're 6 points ahead of Liverpool.
No.
Arsenal, so we're 12 points ahead of Liverpool. We're closest to the top than to Arsenal. Sorry, 12 points ahead of Arsenal.
No, I'm saying to City. Oh, so it's 12 points.
Yeah, 12 points between United and Arsenal and 7 points between United and City.
Fair enough. But you'll drop points again. You'll lose to another lower.
No. Then team. I'll admit it. I'm wrong. But in the same, what I'm saying is that to 10th place, like the difference is 12 and 7.
Yeah.
Like that's not very.
It's.
I don't think it's something that United can be proud of. I think it's just a mediocre season that the bottom guys are having, and then you guys are just so happen to have a spell of good games. We can look at it in 3 games time and say, okay, yeah.
Yeah, look, I think it's still progress because since Ferguson, United hasn't had 2 consecutive seasons in the top 4. We're possibly on course to do that for the first time now.
Yeah. Who do you even credit that to?
Oli.
Huh?
I credit it to Oli.
Really?
Yeah.
I credit it to weakness of the league this season.
No.
And then what's last season?
No. Listen, we can give Oli credit, partial credit. But I think, maybe the signing of Bruno, which wasn't his choice. Was it?
Definitely was his choice. He even went to go scout Bruno a couple of days.
Was that not Woodward's choice?
Possibly is Woodward's choice, but I'm sure Ali's involved in that.
I'm sure.
That's Ali.
Okay,
Woodward also brought us Schneiderlin and Damian.
No, I get you, but it seems as though Man United has this new trend of essentially when players are signed, it's not the manager's choice. It's essentially Woodward's word that goes. Because remember that signing I think came after they vandalized his house.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they vandalized his house because they're like, bruh,
what is this?
We need players.
Yeah,
they vandalized this house and then the signing came.
Yeah.
So yeah, I that's why I'm saying I don't know who to credit for the. Actually, no, I'll credit you guys. I'll credit the fans. The fans that vandalized.
The house.
Yes, clearly they did something for you.
Got us the right man.
Yes, you guys weren't going to sign anyone.
But on a point of clarification, last season was Leicester's capitulation that gave you top 4.
So 2 seasons in a row, it's other teams. It's not United.
Yeah, it's other teams.
Okay.
I'm not going to give credit.
Hey?
Ever.
Yeah, so it is what it is. It is what it is.
I'll give credit to Bruno Fernandes.
Away. And Luke Shaw. I mean, Luke Shaw is playing all right this season. I'm not saying he's a world beater, but that's the best I've seen him play. So I'll give him a shout out.
Yeah, shame. He's been solid. Competition is doing the right thing for him.
Can I go on to what my surprise of the weekend was? Burnley 3, Crystal Palace now.
Yeah, that was a surprise game.
Oh my yes.
Shocked. I was shocked.
I won't lie. I also was pretty shocked at that.
I think one of these days we need to talk about the bottom half of the table.
No. I don't think I was shocked because I don't know what I was thinking, but I made Ben Mee my captain for fantasy. So
you actually did. Guys, next season we're doing Nothing But Football Fantasy League. You all are joining.
Yes, I think it'll be
get your asses kicked.
A good way to connect as well with everyone else. But yeah. Essentially, I made Ben Mee my captain because I was gonna go for the 0-0 draw.
Yeah,
but yeah, Burnley surprising. I think who stood out in that game? Lowton. I think Lowton scored a goal. Rodriguez also scored. And Goodmanson, a name that you haven't heard in a while. Jeez, he used to be a fantasy genius. But it's good for Burnley, I guess.
Yeah.
They need this because they're struggling. They were in the relegation battle. So games like this are games that you would have expected them to lose.
Yeah.
But yeah, hats off to them.
Yeah.
Nothing else I can say.
Awesome. And then let's go on to the game of the weekend, actually. And you guys will love this one. Arsenal 4, Leeds 2. Uncle Curtis, it was your main team playing against your second team. How do you feel about this game? An Aubameyang hat-trick. Good performance by Arsenal. I only saw the highlights. So you're going to tell me about this game too.
Attacking wise, same old. He changed, brought on Odegaard.
Same old, isn't good or cumbersome, bad?
I can see what he's trying to achieve now. Pressing wise, the players seem to have bought into the system. It's still too early for me to see if it's going to be consistent or if it's just a purple patch for them being able to do the things that he wants to do.
Yeah.
Right? So that was good. Smith Rowe played on one wing. Odegaard on one wing as well. There was Ceballos. Partey was out. Chaka is still having a blind of a season ever since that red card. Again, so he found some form. So it depends. Can these players keep form up until the end of the season? All right. But then it was good pressing. Another controversial incident when they overturned Saka's first penalty. But it is what it is. I'm just happy the players got on with their business and got that second goal after they felt aggrieved by that, because that's the only way I see us progressing in this league now, because these refs are terrible. That's all I can say about it. You keep on getting decisions wrong, and if it's a close game, right, you could either lose it or you can either draw it because of the reverse agenda. It's the truth. It's the truth. Because we go 2-0 up, then we get confidence to get a third and a fourth. But if we felt aggrieved and then Leeds come back to equalize, momentum and morale around the team could change, and then we lose 2-1. And then I would be here saying the refs are terrible again. But I'm here saying the refs are terrible, but at least we won.
Okay. Mr. Potion, so by all accounts, good performance by Arsenal. You'll let me know. A game against Leeds is always a very different game because Leeds plays a game that is different to the other 36 games you're going to play in the year. But obviously getting the win is still important.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about this game, and does this game set up for something else for the rest of the season?
I think if I look at this game, I'll divide it into two halves because I think the first half we played brilliantly. The young core with Emil Smith Rowe, it was Emil Smith Rowe, Odegaard, and Bukayo Saka. I think those kids played amazing.
Yeah.
The connection that I liked was actually Danny Ceballos and Martin Odegaard. They seem to have a great connection, and Odegaard just fit into that team like a glove. Like that midfield there, like just seemed to work. Like it looked like they'd been playing forever.
So Odegaard had a good performance on what's that? His first start, right?
First start.
Yes. I think there was a decent performance from him. He was unfortunate not to actually get a goal because he had a shot stopped by the goalkeeper. But I think the goalkeeper had to make that save because he was having a terrible game at some point.
Yeah.
Also another positive, Aubameyang hat-trick. Who doesn't enjoy that?
Yeah.
But I think if you look at that game in the second half, there was a pivotal point where things changed. That's when our -1 player came on, aka Willian. Because as soon as Willian came on,
we conceded.
If I'm not mistaken, we conceded both goals. He lost the ball the same amount of times that Emil Smith Rowe played for
most minutes, yeah.
Yes, no. Emil Smith Rowe played 62 minutes. In those 62 minutes, he lost the ball 5 times. I think Willian did that in his first 10 minutes. In his first 10 touches, sorry. Yes. So that kind of tells you the mess that we're dealing with Willian.
Sure.
I think they just need to concede that this is not working out with the player and just let him go because we can't be having a 4-0 game. This is a game where coaches put on players to build their confidence and say, hey, things are going all right. Let's throw you in. And you essentially can just build up your confidence. You come on and you bring same confidence among a group of confident guys.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, that says a lot about Willian. But I think I'm getting too negative about a good performance.
Leeds side, how'd you guys handle Rafinha? Because Leeds, I didn't watch the game, like I said, but he's been the main man. Him and billionaire's child, Patrick Bamford, has been the main guys for Leeds this season.
If I look at it, I'll actually give credit to Cedric Soares. Because the previous game, he actually had a shocking performance. He seems to have contained him in that game. And I think it went to a point where Rafinha actually switched sides.
Oh, okay.
Because, he was doing that well.
Okay, cool.
So Rafinha seems to, he kept switching to try find the best place for him. Yeah. But let's give credit to Suarez. Hector Bellerin had a solid game. Yeah. Yeah. He scored a goal. He had a solid performance. Starting to look like himself a little bit, but there's something missing. But other than that, those 2 goals were a bit unfair to the team. It was one man's performances that led to those type of things.
Uncle Curtis, 6 points away off of top 4. Gives you a bit of confidence in Arsenal top 4 race.
No, I'm not even going to talk about top 4 because then we'll go lose against Man City on Sunday. So I'm going to forget about that. I'll see top 4 and we'll see it. Right now, I just want this consistency to continue. I want Arteta to freeze out Willian like he freezed out Ozil. Yeah. Keep the man out the team.
And froze out Pepe at some point.
Froze out Pepe, but Pepe actually, while being frozen out, worked on his game. Came back to score a couple of goals, assists in a couple of games. He didn't play this game. I think they didn't want to bring him on.
No, he played. He played.
He didn't play.
Wasn't he up against that guy who got a red card against last time?
No, he didn't. I think Arteta took him out the team because of that and put him on the bench.
Yeah.
Willian came on.
Did he not come on?
Did not come on.
Yeah, it's because we've got a European fixture. Yeah. Not the A-team European, B-team European on the list. But we've got a Europa fixture on
Thursday.
On Thursday, yes. So they opted to save him.
So that's how I look at it now. Just do something with William. We paid him too much now. Do something. Freeze him out the team. Don't register him next season for the Premier League unless he comes and has a brilliant preseason. Otherwise, just leave him out the team because he brings the team down to me, in my opinion, now. Yeah. I see what Chelsea fans were happy to get rid of him.
Were they?
They were happy.
It was brilliant at Chelsea.
I don't think they were happy. But I think it was a situation where the Chelsea front desk essentially didn't want to give him the contract that he wanted. Yes, Chelsea was sad to see him go, but obviously knowing that the Ziyech is coming in was positive for them. Yeah. And just hold on. Speaking of that, since Chelsea hasn't played, they're playing tonight, so we'll obviously not be able to give our update on the game. There's news of Ziyech possibly wanting to leave Chelsea.
Already?
Yep. Because apparently he does not feel that he's part of Thomas Tuchel's plan. Because in all of these games, essentially, Thomas Tuchel has left him out.
He hasn't been injured?
No, he hasn't been injured. Okay. So remember, Thomas Tuchel is shuffling the side, seeing who fits in where. Yeah. And I think Ziyech has been constantly being left out of the selections.
Just for context, we're recording on Monday before Chelsea plays against Newcastle.
Yes.
Obviously, Chelsea's game against Newcastle gives them the chance to actually leapfrog Liverpool and go into 4th. So as it stands, Chelsea is a point behind Liverpool, but with a game in hand that's obviously playing tonight. So a win would send them into 4th, 2 points ahead of Liverpool. So now just speaking to Chelsea and obviously this game coming up against Newcastle, I think like you said, sort of Ziyech in that. Werner still hasn't got his shooting boots on now, but his performances have been better in the last couple of games. Uncle Curtis, maybe let me start at you. Do you see Chelsea being a threat now to the top 4?
with the new manager bounce, yes. I'll only judge Tuchel from next season. This season, there's 14, 15 games left. If he wins 10 of those 15 games, I give that down to new manager bounce. I don't give the
10 games wins, you'll give them down to new manager bounce.
I'm giving them a loss of...
It's honeymoon phase, though.
It's only
10 games.
10 games.
15 games.
You don't remember Ryan Giggs?
You don't remember...
Ryan Giggs was 4 matches.
Ole. When he
Ole is 2 years.
No, but I'm just giving you examples, not necessarily duration.
Sure.
But honeymoon period.
When he came in and he earned the contract because he was doing so well on like an 18 game and he won like 10 of them.
Yeah,
that's what got him the contract. So to me, still the honeymoon phase. And then we saw that Ole is inconsistent. He'll go on a winning streak when he has to play certain teams, and then he'll go lose to Sheffield.
Fair enough. But so far, looking like on the cards for 2 seasons of top 4. So inconsistent, but trajectory.
I see other managers improving more than Ole.
Like who?
Arteta, I think, is going to improve more.
More than Ole, you say is going to. What has he done? That's more than Ole. Hey?
He's won a cup.
So that's more improvement than Ole.
Yeah.
Cup in 10th.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Season's not over. It's his first season. Essentially his first season.
His first season, yeah.
So,
and 6 points off the top 4. I'm not saying he's doing badly. I think he's doing well.
I get you.
I just don't think Ollie's not. I think Ollie's doing well too.
He's
being proven to be inconsistent.
I think Ollie's a senior in this thing, man. He's been in the league for a while. I think is it his third season?
Yes. He came halfway through the first, so this is his second full season, but it's his third season involved type of thing. He came through half the way of his first season.
In Premier League status, that's veteran though. You've had 2 seasons. Some guys don't make it that long. He's a veteran.
Yeah, but without making it that long, he's done something to stay there, right?
Listen, he's done something. He's brought back the philosophies of Alex Ferguson.
Very much
which
so.
I think you guys needed.
100%.
Yeah, you gotta give him credit. But I understand what Uncle Curtis is saying from a point of view where he's saying that from the managers that are in this group, potentially there's room for improvement. Not room for improvement, but where you expect them to rise up higher. I wouldn't rate Ole as one of the best.
Why would you rate Arteta above that then? Because Arteta has years of being somebody's assistant. Arteta hasn't done anything which you're saying you're going to repeat. He's going to repeat.
I might not necessarily. No, actually, I do agree with. I feel as though if you give Arteta the right players, because he has been crying for the right players.
Why? What makes you feel that?
He will do well. He seems as though he knows how to get the team motivated. Although mistakes may happen, which is a traditionally Arsenal thing over the past couple of years.
He bought you a gift on Valentine's Day. Now you think he's your daddy. Now you're calling him daddy. What did he do last year, guys? Like, well, why is he there?
Yes, he literally won 2 cups in his first season.
No, look. I think he's good, and I think he'll do good. Also, it's just I'm just like, is there not a basis for our thoughts?
No, I'm giving the basis. It's that, as well as he's improved Arsenal's defensive road for Arsenal to become the second best defensive record in the Premier League. Something that 2 other managers couldn't fix, no matter what they did. So that's the basis. My always gripe was with him was attacking players. He was concentrating too much on defensive.
Yeah.
He lacked attacking players, and then they weren't clicking.
Yeah.
Jelly. But now he seems to have gotten reaction out of the attacking players.
Okay.
And if it continues, it continues. But then we'll see.
Okay, so let me ask you a question then. If Arteta fulfills what you guys will think he will fulfill, that leaves Arsenal where? So when Arteta gets right, Arsenal becomes a top 4 team. A what?
Top 14.
Yeah,
so
I think
he gets a pass this season, but next season you expect top 4.
Yes. Because I think if we look at it realistically, if Arteta got what he wanted this season, I think he'd be in a very different position. We forget he did not want Willian. Willian was not a choice that he wanted.
I doubt that.
No.
I think him and Adu together who decided
Listen.
party A, let's go oil around the board's back to pay all the money down straight for.
The reason
Said no
why
to-
we ended up getting Willian is
Yeah.
because we could not get Aouar from Lyon.
Yeah.
So
No, Willian was one of your first signings, was he not? Willian's not late in the window.
I think he was going to.
Isn't Ceballos on loan why you didn't get Orwa?
No. So,
Ceballos coming back on loan is why you didn't get Orwa.
no, Aouar, we
Actually,
didn't.
paying the money for Partey is why you didn't get Orwa.
No, we
It
didn't
was
get.
late.
No,
Orwa's was towards transfer deadline day or whatever.
We
The
wanted
speculation
Aouar
that-
pretty. We wanted Aouar pretty late because there was speculation that his brother wanted 10 million.
But Orwa's a central midfielder, so you got a right winger instead of.
No,
But you see, they signed William to be creative in that central midfield.
essentially
He's not
Willian.
a central
No,
midfielder.
Willian was meant to, like, after we found out that Willian is available on a free, he was meant to just be a squad player.
So
He
did
was-
every other manager get who they wanted?
Huh?
Every other manager got who they wanted.
No. I'm just giving you an
Pep got all the
example.
players he wanted.
Eh?
Pep got all the players he wanted.
Sure. Every other, you name one, name another.
Mourinho
Nah.
got the players he wanted.
You guys didn't get.
Mourinho wanted more players.
You guys didn't get the players.
The players he wanted. We got
You guys
one
didn't-
player we wanted.
You guys signed signing of the season, Gabriel.
Yes.
Thomas Partey.
Yes.
Ceballos on loan. And there's more there.
So Bias on loan because
From Real Madrid. This is not a guy from...
afford transfer fees.
Eh?
That's really
Because you couldn't afford transfer fees. You paid the cash money up front for Partey. You couldn't afford transfer fees.
that's the first
Nicolas Pepe is being paid over 6 years. This guy was paid money down.
that's the first investment that our owner has made in
Fair enough.
so long.
Fair
he
enough, fair
actually
enough.
funded because people were crying and saying,
Yeah.
hey, if this guy doesn't sign,
Yeah.
we're literally right.
Yeah.
But going back to my our part, I feel as though because of his brother who was his agent requesting 10 million for himself for giving them to Arsenal, because the brother felt as though, hey, this guy could go anywhere. Why must I give him to you? And I want 10 million. And essentially that deal crashed through because they're like, nah, who are you? You're not going to bully us like this. We'll just rather leave this guy and go for someone else.
And there's Mino Raiola at every other club who puts his players in. He wants money. Like, wow, why is this now?
But if the brother is the one, a brother who's not an agent is asking
Neymar's dad got how much money from taking him
But
to PSG?
that's Neymar.
But I get you.
Yes.
Look, I'm just being difficult. I actually agree
No,
with
no,
you
no,
guys.
no. Yeah.
I actually think Arteta's a very good
I
manager
get you.
and expect,
Same thing with
and expect the top four
no, because
next season. Yeah.
you talking about players that that teams couldn't get. Let's not forget that they wanted Jordan Sancho, and that didn't work out because of I guess
You want to pay the fee?
Dortmund. No. It was Dortmund's essential saying, "Nah, screw you guys. You're not gonna
Put
take
a
our best player."
ridiculous fee, yeah.
Yes, because I think you guys did agree to the 120 million,
We didn't agree to the fee.
didn't you?
They didn't want to pay the
Ah,
fee. They
okay.
refused.
I thought that it was affected by the contract renewal. It was, no?
No. It was that
Didn't he get
Dortmund wanted 112. We're like, we're
Yeah.
not breaking our record for this guy.
Yeah, look at them now. Because
We've done it enough time. Ed Woodward has learned, Chief.
Yeah.
He's starting to learn. Let me not say. Fred costs more than Bruno. I think he's been burnt enough times.
But side point, I see that Dortmund is going bankrupt, and essentially they
gonna
need
get
the
them on the
money.
cheap.
So now they do need the Sancho money. So
Oh, geez, and they're
Yes.
struggling when it comes to top four. I think, guys, now we're at a point in the season where European football is coming back in, and I think let's just get our refreshments and let's go into a European preview, because now this is the hot part of the season. Now it's knockouts in the Europeans. It's a couple of games left in the league. Look, the league title might be gone, but it's a fight for the top four. Like we said, from fourth to 10th is 6 points. So literally, it's a whole free for all in terms of the league. I think let's breathe a little bit and let's get into the Champions League, or what that means for the season.
indeed.